Hey everyone, so we are going to begin at the end of the unit project for our first unit in distance learning. And with that said, I'm going to go over the materials for the end of the unit writing project, beginning with our day one of a pre-writing day. So when you click in your classwork tab, you will see end of the unit pre-writing. We have given you instructions here to follow, and I'm going to go over the two writing prompts as well as the rubric with you so that you have an understanding of what you can choose from, but also what is expected for you for this end of the unit project, because you guys know it's one of our big graded assignments um, for the unit. So clicking on unit prompt number one. So prompt number one is linked to the inquiry question of the unit. And the inquiry question of the unit was, what are the differences between the North and the South, and how did those differences cause a war? We tweaked that question just slightly here. We decided to present the question of how were the differences between the North and the South reason enough to cause a war? So you have to examine if those differences were worth a war, because anything that we learned from this unit, we've come to learn and see that at this moment in time, the nation was being divided into two parts, and those two parts had no other solution but to go to war with each other. Why? That's what we want you to answer. That's what we want to hear your opinion about, and that's what we want you to defend. So in this section, in this box here where it's called resource articles, we have taken all the reading material along with the PowerPoint presentation and linked it here in this document so that it's easy for you to find. So we basically took the resources and said, these are the resources that are going to help you find the evidence to answer this question. And you can click on any one of them and it will take you directly to it. After you have decided what the cause or reason is, then we need you to write your claim. I have given you a suggested sentence starter here. The differences between the North and the South were reason to start the war because. Your because here is that opinion. Why you believed yes or no. Okay. Once you're done typing your claim up here in this solid line, you can delete it or just type it however you want to do it. Then you move into deciding what two resources from here provide enough evidence to defend your claim. You then write the title of that first resource and then the title of the second resource. And we want you to bullet point at least 3 to 5 different pieces of evidence that back your claim up. Again, 3 to 5 pieces of evidence that back your claim up. Now, moving on to prompt number 2. Prompt number 2 actually focuses on the second week of this unit, and it focuses on that idea of land of the free. From what you've learned in the earlier part of history, you've learned and focused on the idea that America was this land of the free. It's embedded in the Constitution. It was reason enough for America to rise up against the British and declare their independence. This whole idea of being a land of the free. Now we want to take that idea and put it in the content that you just have recently covered, which was the mid 1800s and that point in history of the United States. So the prompt is the slavery experience. Thinking about that, to what extent did the USA live up to the ideology? Ideology means the idea of being the land of the free in the mid 1800s. How did the United States live up to it, or how did the United States fail to live up to that idea? It's for you to decide. It's your opinion. Likewise, like before, we have listed the resource articles for you here. You have 5 again, and you may choose 2 from this 5 to serve as your evidence. You have to write your claim. So again, there is a sentence starter for you. The U.S. did or did not live up to the idea of being the land of the free during the mid 1800s because, and you write your reason here. What is your opinion? What is your reason why they did or did not live up to that idea? Then again, you choose your 2 articles from this box. You type the title of those articles corresponding to each box, and then 3 to 5 pieces of evidence that back up your reason. That's all you need to do. 3 to 5 from your articles that back up your claim. Now, we're done looking at our 2 prompts. Again, you're not going to write about both of them. You need to choose one. Which one are you interested? Are you interested in prompt 1, which is about the differences and the causes of war? Or are you interested in prompt number 2, in which being the land of the free and having slavery? Okay. Now, your opinion writing rubric. The rubric is here to guide you through seeing how Ms. Garcia and I will be grading your CER at the end of the week. So we have broken down the rubric into 3 categories. The first 2 categories are your most weighted categories. So organization. Yes, that means you need to have an introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. You need to make sure that you're transitioning well. You need to make sure that you're providing evidence that everything is clear and direct, well organized. You can look through each column from your 4 to your 3 to your 2 to your 1 of the different characteristics that we're going to be looking at for organization. The second big area that we're going to be looking at is elaboration. Elaboration is another word for explanation. So, how well are you being able to explain and defend your opinion, your argument of your claim? Best way is having evidence, having that evidence and being able to give us those facts and details, being able to explain the why. That is where, again, you can earn a 4, a 3, a 2, or a 1. And then lastly, because we are grading you both in English and history, we want to make sure that you are writing at an 8th grade level. So we will be checking on punctuation, capitalization, your spelling, that your sentences are complete. And that actually goes from a 2, 1, 0, 0. So this is the rubric. Go over the rubric as you're writing. Keep it handy. Keep this window open so you can flip back and forth as you're going through the writing process. Since today is writing day number 1, do not stress out about beginning to write your draft. You will have time for that tomorrow. Today, it's about you writing a clear claim and finding that evidence that's going to back up your claim. You need to decide, am I going to write about unit prompt 1 or am I going to write about unit prompt 2? And again, creating your claim, finding that evidence. Ms. Garcia, myself, Mr. Matas, Miss Emily, we are all available for you to answer questions and help you through this process. Please reach out. We will help you through it all. Thank you guys. Best of luck.